More than 100 years ago, the first fire lookout tower in the country went into operation at Squaw Mountain. Now, not our local ski resort around Tahoe, but the 3,196-foot mountain in Maine. Since then, more fire towers and wildfires have popped up all across the country. Although those 14 by 14-foot wooden cabins precariously perched atop a peak haven't evolved, the fires below have.
We've certainly had some large fires historically, but our largest wildfires have all been within the last decade.
Ryan Bauer was born in Portola, California, and has lived and worked his entire life at the Plumas National Forest. Now, he's seen firsthand how these wildfires in Northern California has become more explosive.
We have seen more wildfire on the landscape in the form of large wildfires. We had the Chips fire in 2012, we had the Camp Fire last year. Those kind of fires are now becoming the norm.
In this day and age, with new technologies, including satellite, air patrols, and computerized lightning detection systems, we still rely heavily on fire spotters.
36%.
Vicki Lamoureux is a lookout at Smith Peak in the Plumas National Forest, and she's only armed with binoculars, a radio, and a modernized Alidade.
We're using what's called an Osborne Fire Finder. It's a 100-year-old technology, and it works on the concept of a 360-degree azimuth and a map. The Smith Peak Fire Tower is centered in the middle on this map. I can take readings on fires 20 miles out.
Standing at 7,688 feet, Vicki can spot a fire from 80 miles out, and with the help of more maps and lookouts, triangulate the coordinates of the fire and then relay them to dispatch. Except her job is far from done at that point.
What we're looking for is change in the smoke color, change in the volume, change in the wind, and also in the clouds, if there's a lightning storm getting close to where the crews are.
In the whole state of California, 95% of wildfires are human caused, but specifically in Northern California, it's a different story.
On the Plumas, we're fortunate only about half of our wildfires are human-started wildfires. The other half come from lightning.
So in a time when we can't keep our eyes off of our phones, we rely on the brave people who can't keep their eyes off of the wilderness.
A lot of our detections come through the 911 system now. So many people have cell phones, but there's still a lot of places on the Plumas that don't have cell service or don't see a lot of visitors. And so these lookouts still play a really critical role for us for detecting wildfires early.
And the Plumas National Forest catch roughly 97% of their fires before they reach an acre, thanks in part to fire spotters. But in recent years, those numbers have changed as they see more and more fires reach 10 to 20 acres before they can put them out.
Thanks, Steve, for that report. Now, our state has some powerful firefighting tools right here in our area. The Nevada Army National Guard has 3 Black Hawk helicopters and 3 Chinook helicopters that respond to wildfires. Our News 4 team recently went along as crews trained out at Stampede Reservoir. The Chinook can drop 2,000 gallons of water at a time, and the Black Hawk can hold 660 gallons in its bucket. But unfortunately, some of the aerial firefighting force will be limited this summer. 3 of the 6 Black Hawks and all 6 of the Chinooks will be sent to the Middle East. Now, if you want to catch any part of our wildfire special again, we'll be airing it throughout the summer on News 4 and Fox 11. You can also catch it online at mynews4.com and foxreno.com. And remember to always tune into News 4 and Fox 11, your fire season authority. We'll have up-to-date fire weather forecasts and team coverage when wildfires ignite. I'm Chief Meteorologist Cassie Wilson. Thank you for joining us for this Weather Authority special, Living with Wildfire.